Trust Architecture, ZTA, is a modern security model that challenges the traditional notion of trust but verify by assuming that threats could exist both inside and outside the network. Unlike traditional security models that rely on perimeter-based defenses, Zero Trust operates on the principle of never trust, always verify. This approach requires continuous verification of user identities, device health, and access privileges before granting or maintaining access to resources, regardless of where the request originates. ZTA has gained remarkable traction as organizations increasingly adopt cloud services, remote work, and bring your own device (BYOD) policies. These trends have blurred the traditional network perimeter, making it essential to secure resources in a way that does not rely on the assumption that internal networks are inherently safe. Using ZTA, organizations can enhance their security posture, reduce the risk of breaches, and protect their sensitive data. ZTA is a security framework that requires all users, whether inside or outside the organization's network, to be authenticated, authorized, and continuously validated before being granted access to applications and data. It is built on the idea that no user or device should be trusted by default, even if they are within the network perimeter. The importance of ZTA lies in its ability to 1. By eliminating implicit trust and enforcing strict access controls, ZTA reduces the potential entry points for attackers, minimizing the attack surface. 2. ZTA assumes that internal actors should also pose a risk, ensuring that their access is continuously monitored and restricted based on their role and the POLP. 3. With the rise of cloud computing, remote work, and BYOD, traditional environment defenses are no longer sufficient. ZTA provides a flexible and adaptive security model to align with these environments. 4. By enforcing granular access controls and encrypting data both at rest and in transit. Implementation of the Zero Trust architecture requires a comprehensive approach that integrates security into every layer of the IT environment. This involves rethinking traditional network and security models and adopting new technologies and practices to enforce Zero Trust principles. Step 1. Identity and Access Management. Identity and Access Management, IAM, is a critical component of ZT, as it ensures that only authenticated and authorized users can access resources. 1. Multi-factor authentication, MFA. Implement MFA to add an additional layer of security beyond just passwords. MFA requires users to provide 2 or more verification factors, such as a password and a fingerprint, or a password and a one-time code sent to their mobile device. 2. Single sign-on, SSO. SSO simplifies the user experience by allowing users to access multiple applications with a single set of credentials, while still enforcing strict access controls. 3. Conditional access policies. Define conditional access policies that enforce additional security measures based on the context of the access request, such as the user's location, device type, or the sensitivity of the data being accessed. Step 2. Network segmentation and microsegmentation. Network segmentation involves dividing the network into smaller, isolated segments to limit lateral movement in the event of a breach. 1. Microsegmentation. Take segmentation further by implementation of the microsegmentation, which involves creating fine-grained security zones within the network. Each segment is isolated, and access between segments is tightly controlled and monitored. 2. Software-defined perimeter, SDP. Use SDP to create a proper software-based perimeter that grants access to resources only after the user's identity and device have been verified. Step 3. Device security and health monitoring. Ensuring that devices accessing the network are secure and compliant with organizational policies is essential in Zero Trust. 1. Endpoint detection and response, EDR. Deploy EDR solutions to continuously monitor and analyze device activity, detecting and responding to threats in real time. 2. Mobile device management, MDM. Use MDM solutions to enforce security policies on mobile devices, ensuring that only compliant devices can access corporate resources. 3. Device health attestation. Implement device health checks that assess the security posture of a device before granting access. This can include checking for up-to-date patches, encryption status, and the presence of security software. Step 4. Data protection and encryption. Data protection is central to Zero Trust, ensuring that sensitive information remains secure even if accessed by unauthorized users. 1. Data encryption. Encrypt data at rest and in transit to protect it from unauthorized access. Use strong encryption algorithms and manage encryption keys securely. 2. Data loss prevention, DLP. Deploy DLP solutions to monitor and control the movement of sensitive data within the network and prevent unauthorized sharing or exfiltration. 3. Access controls and data classification. Implement granular access controls based on data classification, ensuring that only authorized users can access sensitive information. Step 5. Continuous monitoring and analytics. Continuous monitoring is essential in a Zero Trust environment as it provides real-time visibility into user and device activity, enabling rapid detection and response to threats. 1. Security Information and Event Management, SIEM. Use SIEM tools to collect, analyze, and correlate security events from across the IT environment, providing a centralized view of potential threats. 2. User and Entity Behavior Analytics, UEBA. Implement UEBA to identify abnormal behavior patterns that should indicate a compromised account or insider threat. 3. Automated Incident Response. Integrate automated incident response tools to quickly contain and mitigate threats, reducing the time between detection and remediation. ZTA represents a fundamental shift in how organizations approach cybersecurity, moving away from traditional perimeter-based defenses to a more complex and comprehensive security model. By assuming that no user or device should be trusted by default, ZT provides a robust framework for protecting sensitive data, applications, and systems in a rapidly changing threat landscape. Implementation of the ZT requires a combination of technologies, policies, and practices that work together to enforce continuous verification, least privilege access, and proactive threat detection. While the journey to ZT can be complex and resource-intensive, the benefits of a more secure, resilient, and adaptable security posture make it a critical strategy for modern organizations. As cyber threats continue to evolve, ZTA will play an increasingly important role in ensuring that organizations can protect their most valuable assets and maintain trust with their customers, partners, and stakeholders.